The Rockford IceHogs open up a home-and-home weekend series against the Iowa Wild tonight, starting out at Wells Fargo Arena in Des Moines, Iowa. Hello, hockey fans. Joseph Zakrzewski once again with you for tonight's episode of IceHogs Warmup. Coming up on the program, we're going to hear from interim head coach Anders Sorensen as well as forward Evan Barrett and go live to Wells Fargo Arena and get you ready for the opening puck drop. Well, for the Rockford IceHogs, looking to find their winning ways. They just saw a 4-game point streak come to a close the other night in a tough 2-0 loss to the Milwaukee Admirals. And with that loss, too, it would shift things around in the Central Division. IceHogs and Wild right there in the middle of the pack, but let's take a look and see how the Hogs look to continue their climb here tonight. IceHogs entered tonight's matchup with a record of 16-15, 3-1, and with their loss to Milwaukee on Wednesday, would slip down to 5th place in the Central Division. For the Iowa Wild, they haven't been in action since last weekend, but they would jump up to 3rd place just simply by winning percentage and then have an 18-16, 2-2 standing. It's the Chicago Wolves that still pace everyone. A 3-game point streak for them keeps them on top. Manitoba in 2nd. Iowa on that 3-game winning streak that they're on have moved up to 3rd. Milwaukee, the hottest team in the Central Division. You really got to keep your eyes on them. 7-game winning streak and 9-game point streak, flying high after the big win against the IceHogs on Wednesday. Then Rockford in 5th. Grand Rapids on a 6-game winless skid in 6th, and the Texas Stars round out the rest of the division. The IceHogs hit the halfway point tonight, game number 36, as they begin this home-and-home weekend series against the Iowa Wild. They also continue on a busy stretch of 3 games in 4 nights after taking on the Milwaukee Admirals at the BMO on Wednesday night. They would fall in that contest 2-0, in which the IceHogs would see their 3rd shutout loss of the season come to be. And offense has simply just been tough to come by. They would register 26 shots on goal, but the reigning AHL Player of the Week and goaltender Connor Ingram would come up with his AHL-leading 5th shutout and 2nd against the Rockford IceHogs. Now on the IceHogs side, goaltender Arvid Soderblom would shine once again. Just the 1 goal against. He would make 28 saves, but the IceHogs not giving him any run support. And then for Soderblom, just 1 goal against in his last 9 periods of play, and just 3 goals against over his last 3 games. So a 1.0 goals against average, not too shabby, and that even includes time that's gone beyond regulation in overtime and in the shootout. But the offense, hard to come by for your Rockford IceHogs. Just 2 goals that they've been able to score in their last 4 contests. So the Hogs looking to hit the ground running tonight against the Iowa Wild. And speaking of the Wild, they're looking for a clean sweep of a 3-game homestand after welcoming the San Diego Gulls for a little cross-division action in the Western Conference. San Diego coming out of the Pacific Division, and they would be at Wells Fargo Arena for back-to-back games on Friday and Saturday. It would be the Wild that would take both of those contests, so 3-2 win on Friday night and a dominating 6-1 win on Saturday. Goaltender Zane McIntyre would lead the charge with 28 saves and 24 saves, respectively. And in that big victory on Saturday night, their most recent action, it was forward Mitchell Chafee's natural hat trick in the first period that would lead the charge for Iowa. Certainly impressive there. Marco Rossi, the top rookie and top prospect for the Minnesota Wild, with a goal and 2 assists. And from the blue line, Kalen Addison, he would have 3 assists. And for the Iowa Wild, it's home sweet home for them. They have been a tough team at Wells Fargo Arena, a record of 12-5, 1-1, and they've got points in 8 of their last 9 home games, going 6-1, 0-1. In the head-to-head series, tonight is the 6th of 12 meetings between the two clubs. The IceHogs a 1-2, 2-0 record. And from the Iowa perspective, they're unbeaten against the IceHogs in regulation time, going 4-0-1. And speaking of regulation time, each of the last 3 have gone beyond that, beyond the 60 minutes. And that includes a pair of overtime contests and a shootout get-together dating all the way back to the end of November. And so for the Rockford IceHogs, just the 1 win over those last 3 meetings between them and the Wild. And that came back on December 8th in a shootout at BMO Harris Bank Center. And it's been a while since the IceHogs have traveled out to Wells Fargo Arena. This is the first time they've gone since before Halloween, October 22nd and 23rd, the second weekend of the season. It was just underway, so the IceHogs making their return west of the Mississippi for the first time in a good little while. IceHogs looking to kick off this home-and-home weekend against the Iowa Wild on the right skate tonight with a tough matchup out at Wells Fargo Arena in Des Moines, Iowa. Well, coming up on IceHogs Warm, we're going to hear from the coaching staff. Anders Sorensen will give us the breakdown from Wednesday night's performance against Milwaukee and the battle plan going into tonight. We'll also hear from forward Evan Barrett and get you ready for the opening puck drop at Wells Fargo Arena. So stay tuned for more IceHogs Warm-Up.